Hey, Steve Stine here, and today I'd like to teach you how to play Disarm by Smashing Pumpkins. Now, this song does require a little bit of thought process. The chords are actually relatively straightforward, but there's a lot of little parts in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the most obvious parts for you, and then we'll go back and we'll fill in some of the blanks, okay? So the very beginning of the song, what we're going to be doing is playing an E minor, a C, a G, and a D. Now, there are a couple of different ways that we can play these chords, though, to make the song sound a little bit more like the song. If you don't like the way that these chords feel, you can just play regular chords. So as I start teaching this, if you'd rather just play a plain old E minor and a plain old C and a G and a D, that's fine. I'm not going to keep reminding you through the entire thing, but you'll see how those fit in. So let's just start with the very beginning of the song. Now I'm going to be playing what's called an E minor 7 chord, which is an E minor, but we're also going to add in the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So what I'm going to be doing is using my 3rd finger down there on this note, and then I'm going to be playing the E minor with my 1st and 2nd fingers like this. And then when I want C, I'm going to leave that 3rd finger there, and I'm going to take these 2 fingers and put them at the top of a C chord here. So my middle finger goes on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and my 1st finger goes on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So I'm moving from here to here. And then I'm going to head to a G chord, which I just need to take those 2 fingers and move them up. And then I'm going to move to a D with F sharp in the bass. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take my middle finger, drop it down to this note right here, and then put my 1st finger up here on the 6th string, 2nd fret. Now, if already you're watching that going, wow, that seems like a lot, it's great to study it, but you certainly could play this. Let me play it through once this new way, and then I'll play it once through the old way, and then you can kind of figure this out. So as I make this E minor, I'm going... Then... So you'll see I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'll see I'm moving to the D a little late. I'm moving it halfway through that measure. So, and notice how I'm jumping in or pushing into that C chord a little early. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So right there I'm moving 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, which we call the and of 4. And if those terminology things I'm saying don't make sense to you, don't worry about it. The most important thing is, can you hear it? Can you hear it and can you feel it? Now, if you don't like those chords, you can always play E minor, C, G, D, any way you choose. If you like your C this way, or you like a 3-finger G, whatever works for you, okay? So I'll just show you how it seems like it's played, the real way, and then you make adjustments to play it the way that works best for you. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this E minor 7, and we're going to add in a couple little strumming things now. We're going to add in this, which is a down, up, down. So that's how the song starts, is with that. Now, if you've never done this before, it's harder than it actually looks, because you have to kind of figure out how to add that while you're moving chords. So over the E minor, we're right here. We're good to go. But here, right here, usually I get to the chord on, before I do the 3 strums, I'll get to the next chord. So I'm going right here. But the trick is just trying to kind of sell the sound of it so it sounds more authentic. And when you listen to it, he's not strumming real hard. He's staying real quiet. the other way. You know, whichever way works for you. But that's the verse, okay, over and over and over. Now, when you get to the end of the verse, when you get to the "he is burned" part, what you're going to be doing is coming off the normal section right here, and you're going to go to the D. Now again, I'm not using the first string at all as I'm strumming all of this stuff. So I'm going to this D, and then, so I'm not playing the D F sharp, I'm leaving the F sharp off, I'm just going to this actual D chord, but I'm not playing the first string. And then I'm going to go to a C chord. So that's the first change we've had. So it sounds like this. You see? So now I'm staying on that C and I'm setting myself up for the chorus, the "I used to be a little boy." So those are those transitions I mentioned earlier. So the verse itself is fairly straightforward. It's just learning which chords do you want to use, or chord voicings do you want to use, and then getting used to that down, up, down strumming thing. But then we've got this little transition moving from the verse to the chorus, which is we're heading over to the D and then over to the C. Okay? Right here. Now we're going to start the actual chorus. Now the chorus starts on C as well. It's going to go C, E minor, D. So it's going like this. I used to be. So see, I'm moving from the C chord to the E minor to the D, and then I'm heading back to the C. Now this first chorus, we stay on C quite a bit, so we're going to the C. I used to be a little boy. And then we go to C, we stay there. Then he starts singing right here. And what I choose. Now we go back, we hang out. Then he starts singing again. The killer in me. Send this smile. So the trick to the chorus is just follow his singing. If he's not singing, you're hanging out on C. When he starts singing, then you engage, right? Because the first couple of times when he does this, he stays on C longer. And when he gets to the end, send this smile, he comes in right away. Send this smile over to you. We're just going back and forth between E minor and D. Then we build into the verse again by going to the C. Okay? And I hope that doesn't confuse you too much, but that's very common with songs, is learning that the structure of the song really comes down to a verse and a chorus or whatever it might be. But it's all the little changes in between that you have to get comfortable with. And the easiest way sometimes to do that is just be aware of them. And then the second part is to follow the singer. As the singer is singing, follow their voice. So watching this video, kind of getting used to it, and then going back, listening to the song, and in your mind, start visualizing these chord changes as they come up. Okay? So now we're coming out of the chorus. We're doing this E minor to D, E minor to D. Then to C. Now we're going to go back into the verse. So we're just back on E minor, C, G. So we're back in that again, okay? Then we come out of the verse back into the chorus. So we're doing the same thing. The only difference is this chorus, he doesn't, you'll notice when you listen to the song, he doesn't stay on those C's for as long. So he's going C, I used to be a little boy. right, so he starts singing right away. He doesn't wait like he did in the first chorus. That's no big deal. We just have to follow him. So we're on C. What I choose is my choice, or is my voice. Sorry. I don't know all the words to this. Now we're at the end. We're at the C. Send this smile over you. The first time we did E minor to D, right? We went. We're not going to do that this time. What we're doing is we're coming off that. We're going into the actual outro of this song. So we're playing C. Send this smile over to you. You're going to go D to E minor, actually. Then back to C. Send this smile over to you. Do it again. C. So you see how it's backwards on this outro? Instead of going E minor to D, we're going D to E minor, and then back to our C, setting it up, D minor, back to the C, setting it up, D minor, over and over and over. Okay, and then when you get to the very end of the song, you're instead of going E minor to D, like we did at the end of the chorus, instead of doing that, you're doing it the other direction. You're going. Ending on the C, and that's the end of our song. So the most important thing here is, number one, choose your battle when it comes to the chord shapes that you want, whether you want to use traditional E minor, C, G, D, whatever, whether you want to play them this new way, which is fine. The second thing is trying to figure out how you're going to keep that strumming going and where the chord changes actually occur, because sometimes they kind of push, they jump in early. So you got to get used to that. And the best way to get used to that is to listen to the song over and over and over. You don't have to listen to the entire song. Just listen to the intro, get a feel for it, and practice it. Then listen to the verse, get a feel for it, and practice it. Then put those two pieces together. Then, you know, the chorus and the transitions and all that sort of thing before it and after it. Get comfortable with those and just keep building it. For me, it always seems easier if I just take little pieces and I try and learn those and then connect them all together than just listening to the song over and over and over, which is good too. But when you're really trying to learn it, the best thing you can do is just break it down a little bit. So hopefully that helps you understanding how you could strum this, some chords that you could use for this, and of course some of those problem spots that you have to be aware of, like how the E minor and the D switches at the end of the song. Just little things like that to get it straight in your brain. Hey, Steve Stine here. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do me a favor and like it and share it. And also, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so you're always notified when I release new videos. And lastly, if you have any song requests, please look in the description. There's a link that you can click on and request a song, and I'll do my best to get to it as soon as possible.